Now, before that, I like to explain what is artificial intelligence. Then I'll go to the generative AI. Now, just wait for a minute. Let me share my screen. Is it visible? Is the screen is visible? Does the screen is visible?
Yeah, yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Now, I'll explain about generative AI before taking this session on the guardrails of generative AI. Now, generative AI is so generative AI is a part of artificial intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is a branch of technology that refers to the ability of machines to perform tasks that usually require the human intelligence, learning, problem solving, decision making, and understanding the natural languages. Like if we are giving what I mean by intelligence, that's uh, intelligence is the thing which we separate, the humans are separate from the other uh, animals or other organisms, right? So we have the intelligence, that's why the humans are ruling the world now. uh, Artificial intelligence is a branch of technology where the intelligence of human is obtained by the machines, and we are trying for that now. So the branch of technology that refers the ability of machines to perform the tasks that require the human intelligence. So learning is a process, problem solving is a process, decision making is a process, and understanding the natural languages. Like we have different kind of natural languages like English, Hindi, uh, Malayalam, Tamil, Kannada, Telugu, even the Chinese, Spanish, Italian, German, such kind of large variety of languages available in all over the world. Now that's it. What is the spoken languages are called natural languages. Now, to understand the natural language, to process it and everything, we use is the artificial intelligence technology for the machines. So it is achieved through the algorithms of a programming techniques that enables the machines to learn from the plethora of data available, then make the decisions based on that. So we are achieving the artificial intelligence through the algorithms and the programming techniques. So we train some models by some algorithms. by using a plethora of data which is available. So based on the data, that data, the machine will be learning the data, and from that we got that things and all. Now, overall, artificial intelligence creates helps creating helps intelligence machines that will makes the lives of humans as well as the business easier, faster and all. So it is making the business is easier, faster and all. So that's why we use the thing called artificial intelligence. Now, this is the diagram which explains how we use the artificial intelligence. Like, we have a training data, we will have a kind of training data, and we will be training a model. So we have a machine learning model, and we will be training by using some algorithms. We will be giving the data and we will be training it, and we will be creating an ML model, and we will test it, and it will give the actual prediction. So that's how we explain this by using the diagram. So these are the components of an AI: machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, and all things. So that's the simple procedure we have. Now, the generative AI. Generative AI is the text. So we have um, so, different kind of AI. Like, we have text generation, we have image generation, we have different kinds of generation. Is different kinds of data can be generated. Now, that is what is called generative AI. We use the AI tools for generating something from the data. That is why we called it as generative AI. Now, there are different kinds of data. Text generative AI, text generation. Now we can create the text, we can create the images, we can create the video, everything can be created. So for a text generation, the one of the most peculiar and familiar thing is the OpenAI's chat GPT. So this is user is entering a prompt. So prompt is the input, and user is entering the prompt. Then after entering into the model identifies the language pattern. So the prompt will be identified, the model will be identified the prompt, and model analyzes the context of the thing, and model process the prompt, and output is generated. This is how a generative AI works. So that's the usual process, that's the usual thing for a generative AI. Now, image is the thing. Like, we can create a picture, has been created or copied and stored on an electric form, and it can be vector graphics and all. So it can be generated by giving the prompts, same as the way which we give the text. We can also create the images. So that's the basic idea of a generative AI. Now, in this session, we are going to look into the basic thing, like uh, what is prompt based guardrails, like what is guardrails. So it's guardrails means is basically which we use for the ethical things, like what are the precautions, what are the things we have to take, the ethical concerns about the generative AI. Now, whatever we give to an OpenAI model or to any generative tool, it will be giving some answer. If we ask about a particular incident, they will be analyzing it and they will be giving the answer. But whether it is true for all time, that's the question. Because that is not true in all cases. Some cases it can be true. Some cases there are error, the ambiguous informations can be retrieved. So that's the problem with the generative AI. So why we use the guardrails? Guardrails is the protection we use for prompt engineering. So guardrails matter is to avoid the hallucination. So what do you mean by hallucination? Can anyone explain about the hallucination? Is it audible there? Hello, is it audible?
Yeah, yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Yeah, okay. So can you explain what is meant by hallucination? So hallucination just means that uh, we have a data, like we think about, imagine about something, and we are going out of the context. We will be thinking about a context, but after thinking for some time we will be going into some other context rather than the original context. That is what is called hallucinations. So similar way, in the generative AI also there are hallucinations. So the model will be we will be ask them to write something using the generative AI. So the generative AI will be processing it, they will be assessing it, and like they will be thinking of, the model will be thinking, and at some time they will be get out of the context, and they will be thinking something which is not relevant to the context. Like in usually like it's like if you if a question in examination comes about to write about a tree, then the people will be writing about the tree. First they will be writing about the tree, all the aspects of tree. Then there is a kaya which is stuck to the tree, and at the other end of that kaya, there is a cow, and they will be telling about the cow and all. So this is how the hallucination goes. It will be deviating from the original data. So the it is deviating from the original thing. So that's what is hallucination. So the factual data will not be there. Sometimes there can be a problem. Similar way, data leakage. Like we know that the generative AI or the AI tools, it will be learning from the data. So what we enter into the generative AI, they are learning it. So in your Gen AI model, whether it is ChatGPT, Grok, Perplexity, everything, just type about yourself. Who is, mention your name, they will give a clear idea. So how do they know that you are this? Because you have entered in many times that you are this, act as this, so you have given this information. So they know about you. So that's the thing. So in some cases the data leakage is a problem. If you're sensitive, if you upload some sensitive data like your Aadhaar, your credit card details, anything that if you upload it, it will be learning that, and that there is a chance of data leakage. So that's an issue. Then jailbreak attacks, like adversarial prompts bypasses the safety rules. If you about the rules and all, so if you give some ad data or links or something like that, it can also be lead to, because now if you're going for if you are asking for something in generative AI, they are giving it. So not always the Gen AI will give you the actual link. Sometimes there can be a false link also, which can be lead to the jailbreak attacks. It can leak your information and all. So off topic misuse. Then there is an issue like abuse beyond the intended domain. If you search on some domain, uh, if it is interpreted wrongly, you will be moved to other domain, and unfactual data will be given. So there is an AI trust gap. The AI trust gap is this. It's like organizers organizations face a critical challenge that Gen AI delivers the powerful results, but inconsistent behavior erodes the trust. Like problem. sometimes the unpredictable output can be given, safety incidents, compliance gaps, everything. So we give some guardrails to ensure it is safe, it is policy aligned, reliable behavior, and all. And what are AI guardrails? That's the question. So, AI guardrails are the rules, constraints, and checks that keep the generative AI behavior safe, accurate, ethical, and aligned with the organizational policies and values. So, the AI guardrails are the rules, and it is AI guardrails are the rules, it is constraints, it is the checks to keep the AI behavior safe, accurate, ethical, and aligned with the policies and values. So, like infrastructure, external tools will be the system guardrails, and the prompt guardrails is a built into system prompts. It is focused on the system prompts and all. So, this is an architecture, a three-layer architecture for the guardrails. So, first one is the interaction, how we do the interaction with the generative AI through the prompts, through the UI constraints, user guidance, and all. So the prompts, that's the first thing where we have to give the guardrails. So first one is the interaction. Second one is enforcement, the moderation, validation, content filters, and all. So that's the second layer. And the next layer is the control layer where we give the policies, logging, auditability, etc. So it's a three-layer composition where interaction, enforcement, control, everything comes. So that's the guardrail architecture we have on a generative AI. So the industry guardrail solutions. So in that industry guardrail solutions are like Amazon Bedrock guardrails. There are some guardrail systems for the generative AI. One is the Amazon Bedrock guardrails, which is used for the safety, topical, and to avoid the hallucination. Moderation rails. So the Amazon Bedrock guardrails is for these things only: safety, topical, hallucination, and moderate rails. Then we have another guardrails is by NVIDIA, Nemo guardrails, the task specific safety with the configuration driven approach. Guardrails AI is used by reliable AI markup language specification, and we have prompt security and port key integrated guardrail management. So these are the industry guardrail solutions we have. Now, what are the patterns we use? We have different patterns. First one is the role and policy framing. So we are giving the role and policy for. So defining a role, allow topics and explicit refusal rules in the system prompt. So we are mentioning a role, we are allowing some topics because some topics will be insensitive and can create an issues in the with the people. So we are allowing some topics and explicit refusal rules in the system prompts. So we are giving in the system prompts some explicit refusal rules, some rules, something we have to have refuse, because we had to refuse something. Some prompts can be refused or rejected, and we are giving the rules for that also. So like we are using the pattern, like this is an example: you are an academic advisor, help the students with course selection and planning, career guidance, system strategy. Refuse: medical advice, legal advice, and investment if. Response: I can't help with that, please consult a specialist. So like an academic advisor, you are helping the students with the course selection and planning, career guidance, and study strategies. But these medical advisors, legal advisors, investment tips can has to be avoided, because it has to be consulted with a specialist, because there can be some issues. So that's how a pattern can be done. So that's a first pattern: role and policy framing. Second one is the topical guardrail, restrict to domain, politely decline off topic questions. So it is for the domain things. So we are stick on to the domain, and we are restricting all off domain questions. Like, you are a Python data science tutor, answer the questions only about Python basics, pandas, numpy, matplotlib, data cleaning, EDA, and visualization. For unrelated topics, respond that's outside my expertise. Let's focus on Python and data science. So that's the second pattern guardrail we are giving uh, to the AI to stick on to this particular system or to stick on to the data science. Now here they will only stick on to the Python data science. So that's only the subtopics like Python basics, Panda, NumPy, Matplotlib, data cleaning, EDA, visualization, everything will be comes under that. Only to that the question answers will be given. For other questions, the answers will not be given. So this next is the third pattern. Pattern is the third where the content safety guardrails. So this is the pattern where we check for the harmful content. Is there is a harmful content? There is like return safe or alternative or refusal. Like we check the content. If the content is harmful, it can be content can be harmful in any manner. If you feel that content is harmful, then we have to refuse. Either we refuse the content or we will be returning to the safe or alternative content. So that like if a record constraints if the request consists hate speech, violence, self-harm, or explicit sexual content, then we will be responding. The response is like, I can generate that content. I am designed to be helpful, harmless, and honest. Like there are some issues in last month and this month that by using the grok by the um, uh, x like his Jeff, uh, it is by the x. So the grok in the grok platform, uh, if some images were added, it was giving the nude images and all. So such issues was reported in the ex. So that was a problem. So to avoid that, we use the content safety guideline like this to avoid the harmful content. We use uh, the content safety guardrail. Pattern four is the hallucination prevention. We admit uncertainty, guide to a reliable sources. Like if some we are not expert in something, we will be guide to a reliable sources. We if we are not particularly known about that, we will be sending to the that. So if uncertain about facts, say I don't know rather than the guess. We should not guess anything and guess know about that. So for a to generative AI, we use the hallucination prevents. Like I am not certain about the detail. Please verify from you give some addresses or consult a recent publications. You give that. Don't go for the hallucination. Don't think about something which the AI didn't know. So we use the constraint called hallucination prevention to uh, remove the uncertainty in the AI. Pattern 5 is the format and structure guardrail where we enforce the JSON or XML or rubric aligned outputs. Like we will have some always return the evaluations as like we give some score, feedback, confidence, and also we will be having particular format or a particular structure for a output. So it should not be there without any format, without any. So we will use a format and structure guide that we will get the answers on the JSON or XML schema or a rubric which we give to the output. So these are the things like impact of guardrails. Like without guardrails, the user should I invest in crypto? The response will be yes. Crypto is a great investment with 10x returns guaranteed. Like it can be confidential, but if you invest in a wrong crypto, there can be there is a chance of loss, there is a chance of everything can be there. So it is not actually the under guaranteed. We cannot guarantee investments. So it's a confidentially false information. So that's what is happening with the without we use a guardrail. So with guardrails we can use, like, I can provide the investment advice, please consult a financial advisor. That's the safe refusal where a AI, generative AI, can use. So what can be the limitations to know? Can be bypassed by a sophisticated prompt in induction or jailbreak attack. Like, there are issues like, if in the prompt injection, the prompt, etc., if we give something, we can bypass it, we can give the different prompt and we can enter into it. But sometimes it is harmful for us, like, it's like a jailbreak attack. Like, jailbreak attack is a when we are removing the safety and entering into something. So there is a risk is always there, and our data can be leaked. Behavior can drift as underlying models update or change. The issues can be there. The not formally variable, hard to prove the compliance at a scale. It is no subtle or proper access control to the data interpretation or data protection infrastructure. So that's the limitation which with the guardrails. So the best practice is to defense in depth. We combine the POM guidelines with the expert enterprise grade infrastructure. So we will be using some enterprise grade infrastructure, POM guardrails plus external moderation APIs. We use the protected APIs. Then we will be using the validation and sanity check services. We will be giving the access control. We will be giving the access audit trails, logging, etc. We will be giving under a particular thing how we should use, how the things and all, how everything can be given. And governance framework, we will be having some governance framework like NIST, RMF, uh, and EU's for the European Union's AI Act alignment. So that's by the government. So government frameworks can be also be used. So to protect our data, we can use these things. So, like, what are the emerging guardrails we use? Like, we use the inverse prompt engineering, like derive a restrictive safe from the examples of a desired behavior using the principles of least privilege. So we are creating a deriving some restrictive same prompts from the examples of a desired behavior. So which has least preference. Like, instead of writing guardrails manually, learn them from the safe example, like emerging research direction or task specific, robust safety, ethical things and all. So we are we will not be writing manually, we will be asking them to, making them to learn from the safe example. So by using the new methods, gun policies, everything. So it's the inverse prompt engineering which you use. So now, how we can now, my question is how we can, how the things can be there. Like, um, the main thing is like, how will the AI will use our data? That's my question. Will AI will be using our data? Absolutely yes, because in the earlier thing I have explained that we are making the machine learning model learn from that data. So everything which we give into the generative AI or as a prompt is a data. So they will be learning it, they will be assessing it, and they will be getting our data. So everything, whatever the image we upload to a chat GPT or a GenAI model, we can upload the files, anything. We for now everyone is using the GenAI for easy purpose, so they are uploading the crucial, it can be the crucial info, even the crucial informations, even the files they are uploading it. And they want to like this, like this, like, if you say, if you want to send some mail to the a bank, then the thing is like you are uploading everything, your pan number, your Aadhaar number, your everything, and just asking them to write an email, so the email will be generated. But the thing is like your other data is gone, your pan data is gone, everything, every sensitive data is gone to the Gen AI server, so they will be assessing it by that only, so every information will be leaked. So don't give, if you want to do something like that, give some false information, and after getting the result, just replace with the original data. So that's the thing you can do. But now and all, everyone is giving the data to the Gen AI and it will be leaked. So that's the one most important thing, uh, which is usually happening in the usually happening while we are interpreting or using the Gen AI. So don't give the such things. So make simple thing. Nothing is free, everything is free. Nothing is free until and unless you are the product. So if you are giving the data now, in the market, the data is the most important business. So everything you give, they will take the data and they will make use of the data. So um, while using the prompt, you have to ensure that your data is not leaking. And another thing is the ethical and bias concern. Now if you type something like tell me about the executive dress to a Gen AI model, obviously the chat GPT or the Gen AI model will give you that uh, the coat, suit, everything, the formal, that is the formal attire, everything, like the blazer, shirt, pant, with a tie, with a blazer, everything. This is the thing which will give, which will they will tell as a formal. But the thing is like our dress, according to the different culture and different society, the formal dress change. The formal dress, if they are telling about the suit, means it's the formal dress for the Western culture. And the thing is like for an Indian culture or for a different culture, there will be local dresses which will be the formal dress for them. That's also executive and formal dress. But the problem is that when the Gen AI was learned, we teach them in a data which is relevant to a larger community. Now, most of the Gen AI products are from the Western countries. They will be teaching based on the Western culture. So every data will be there by the data from the America or the Western countries. They will be the machine learning model is learned from that. Now, if you ask about executive trust, they will be showing the executive trust. Similar way, like uh, if we ask to give uh, an image to generate an image of a nurse, means uh, it will be generating a female nurse. Why there is no male, why it is not generating a male nurse? Because of the bias that every data which we give has the most of the data has uh, the figure like data has that if it is nurse, then the gender will be female. So that's the ethical bias, that's a bias which we have on a generative AI. So we have to use something, even in the prompt we have to mention that you have to use this, you have to avoid this, everything can be mentioned in the prompt. If a prompt is good, then the output also will be good. So it's very simple that if we give the input is correct, input is good, then the output will also be generated. If we give the bad input, obviously the system cannot do anything good on that. If the input is bad, it will process the bad input and give the bad output. If the input is good, obviously it will be processing it and will be giving the good input. So the simple thing, we have to mention what we need in the prompts itself, and we have to give issue the guardrails. What are the guardrails with to prevent the issues with the um, Gen AI models. So the output can be generated based on that. That's the thing. So that's all about this. So thank you for the opportunity. So thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Do you have any questions? Anyone have any questions? Monica, do you have any questions? Then I'll answer it.
Sir, having any AI tools in Tamil language?
Sir, for every Gen AI, we can also use any language, sir. If even if it is, if we are, we can use the voice feature. We can use the Tamil. They will give the answer in Tamil. With the Gemini, I think the Gemini is better than the thing for language and all. And even the perplexity is made by the Indian origin person. So everything now, most of the union languages of India, they are using it. So not only for Tamil, there is nothing is there, but we can use the medium as Tamil also. They will understand it.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
And if you want something like in Tamil, you can just type in English, but they will and tell them I want the result in Tamil. They will be giving it in the Tamil itself.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Did anyone have the issue questions? Monica, did anyone have the? If anyone has some questions, I can answer. Uh, Dear LKP team,
Yeah, yes, sir.
okay, can we conclude?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Yeah. So thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir.